Islam, Islam, Islam. Peace and love. We live on the fire. Islam, Islam. Finna go live. Come on in. Come on in. Sheik is live. Come on in. Sheik is live. Come on in. Come on in. One for all. I ain't seen y'all in a minute. Come on in. We finna talk about challenging jurisdiction today. We finna talk about challenging jurisdiction today. Islam. Yeah, come on in. Man, this finna be one you don't want to miss today. Challenge jurisdiction. This ain't one you want to miss today. If you ain't tuned in with the consciouscollege.org, go to consciouscollege.org. We got estate planning classes with templates. We got 1099 ABC OID templates, power attorney templates, 2848. We got debt discharge, how to endorse the bills of exchange, how to use your endorsements and them coupons. Come on now, go to consciouscollege.org. All right, we got free classes on consciouscollege.org, and we also got a debt discharge with consumer laws class coming this Saturday. That'll be live on Eventbrite. All right, I'm dropping the link to that tonight. That class is only $22. That's going to be this Saturday, 11 a.m. Come on, tap in with me now. Come on in. You don't want to miss this one. You don't want to miss this one. We finna talk about challenging jurisdiction tonight. Come on in. Come on in. First of all, let me give my highest praises, all praises and highest thanks to Father God Allah, the Father of the universe. Let me give my high praises to Father God Allah. All praises due to Father God Allah. All honors to the noble prophet, Drew Ali. Gotta give all honors to the prophet. All honors to the prophet for what he brought us. Islam, he brought us this everlasting gospel. We're going to give all honors to the prophet for what he brought us. Islam, and we're going to give high honors to his forerunner, Marcus Garvey. We gotta give Marcus Garvey his props as well. Islam, we're gonna get honors what honors is due. We're gonna get honors what honors is due. If you don't mind, I want to read some out the Moorish literature after we get these honors. Come on in. We just giving honors, but we finna talk about challenging that jurisdiction today. We giving honors right now, but we talking about challenging that jurisdiction today. We gonna deep in with personal jurisdiction, subject matter jurisdiction, diversity jurisdiction, federal rules of civil procedures. Come on in. It's finna go down. Grand Sheik is back. The Constitution is back. Hey, the Constitution is back. The lawman is back. Malachi Ill say Islam, Grand Sheik, Islam, Malachi Ill, Islam. Temple 84 is back, baby. Temple 84 is back, Morris. All honor to Temple 84 members. The Moorish Science Temple of America, Temple 84, hey, definitely following the ordinance of Allah and following the footprints of Drew Ali to the T. I'm talking about we ain't skipping over one word what the prophet left us and the instructions he left us behind. We following the prophet instructions all the way to the destination when we trying to reach, and that's salvation. We gonna get that sovereignty. We gonna get that full sovereignty as a nation. You can't get sovereignty as an individual. That's why the prophet brought us a government. That's why the prophet brought us a government. And he brought us our flag. He brought us our flag. 10,000 years old flag. Let us know, hey, you Moors, you not Negro, black, and colored, and you part and parcel of this government that he set up for us, the Moorish Science Temple of America, divine constitution and bylaws. Grand Sheik is empowered to do what? Make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the prophet in the grand body of the Moorish Science Temple of America. All honors to the grand body of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Islam, all honors to the members, all the faithful members. All honors to everybody that's on my Facebook, on my Instagram right now, on YouTube, wherever you tuning in, come on in. You right on time. We finna go clean in. I ain't even started cooking yet. Come on in. We going in on challenging jurisdiction. You in the right place. Share this live right now. Hit the share button. Share this. We're going to open up the meeting with a reading from the prophet. Moorish literature. Islam. We're going to go right in the divine constitution and bylaws. Because it's a lot of things that never get read. Islam, but it has everything to do with our salvation. It has everything to do with our salvation. We got to challenge jurisdiction. Come on in, tune in with the consciouscollege.org. If you ain't signed up for the jurisdiction class, sign up. You missing your remedy. If you ain't got the child support class, get the child support class. All the classes right now is on sale. They half off, $49. You come on, man. Get this knowledge. It's way worth. It's not worth $49. This is worth at least $4,000 or $5,000 worth of research. Real talk. It's not gonna be on sale for very long. This is my own research and it proven facts and receipts. It work. I got the real receipts, huh? Islam, I got the real receipts. Islam, I'm gonna read some out the Moorish literature briefly if I can, Moorish. I'm gonna paraphrase a few of these things from the prophet so the people can know and we can lay the foundation for those who don't know the foundation of challenging jurisdiction. They don't know the foundation comes from the prophet Noble Drew Ali. And that goes for a lot of people. And I'm not going to speak radical on who they is and who they ain't. But a lot of y'all are not enforcing the Constitution like the prophet gave us instructions to do in his divine warning. So this today, I want to take an opportunity today, December 10th, pardon self. I want to give a divine warning to the people because if you don't enforce this Constitution and challenge jurisdiction, the worst is yet to come. So this is divine warning from the prophet. This for the nations. And this goes for all nations. Islam, the prophet said this. He said, you who doubt whether I, the prophet, and my principles are right for the redemption of my people, go to those that know law in the city hall and among officials in your government and ask them under intelligent tone. And they were glad to render you a favorable reply, for they are glad to see me bring you out of darkness into the light. Money doesn't make the man. It is the free national standards and power that makes a man in a nation. The wealth of all national governments, gold, silver, and commerce, belong to the citizens alone. And without your national citizenship by name and principles, you have no true wealth. Islam, and I'm hereby calling on all citizens that stand for a national free government and enforcement of the Constitution to help me in my great missionary work because I need all support from all true American citizens of the United States of America. Help me to save my people who have fallen from the constitutional laws of government. I'm depending on your support to get them back to the constitutional fold again, that they will learn to love instead of hate, and will live according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, supporting our free national constitution of the United States of America. It's love. If y'all heard that, drop a 100 for me in the comments. Drop a 100 if y'all can hear me out there. I don't know why the subtitles on. Make sure y'all can hear me. Okay. Just making sure my sounds and vibrations is heard. It's love. These are words from the prophet. This is divine warning to the people. Can I continue reading? Because the prophet had a direct warning he wanted to give us, and I see a lot of us not really understanding where the foundation of challenge and jurisdiction coming from. A lot of people thinking, well, Grand Sheik just making this up. Grand Sheik just trying to make some money, and he really just trying to get some fame and notoriety. Man, I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. You understand? I'm enforcing the Constitution and challenging jurisdiction because I'm following the instructions of the prophet. I'm a faithful member, and I pledge my allegiance to the prophet, Noble Drew Ali, in love, true peace, freedom, and justice. Islam, the prophet said this: I love my people, and I desire their unity and their mind back to their own free national and divine standard. Because day by day, they have been violating the national and constitutional laws of the government by claiming names and principles that are unconstitutional. Islam, the prophet said we are claiming names. See, y'all be stuck on the name, but what about the principles? What about those principles that's unconstitutional? Islam, the prophet talked about this. He also said if Italians, Greeks, English, Chinese, Japanese, Turks, and Arabians are forced to proclaim their free national name and religion before the constitutional government of the United States of America, it is no more than right that the law should be enforced upon all American citizens alike. Islam. So the prophet not only said that you have to proclaim your free national name, which is your government, Islam, and your title of nobility, your El and your Bay, but you also have to proclaim the religion, because when you get into equity, all equity is derived from divine law. So the prophet came and brought us divine law, and he brought us divine constitution and bylaws. So we have to proclaim not only our government side, but we have to proclaim the religion side, because then we have afforded protections. But see, a lot of people don't understand that because y'all so carnal minded. You don't even understand how advanced Noble Drew Ali really was. Y'all think we just call him a prophet because we trying to find somebody to attach ourselves to. When you really study this man's lessons, man, it will raise you to infinite wisdom. It will raise you above a level of understanding of things that you perceive to be one way. You thought these folks had jurisdiction over you until you really dived into the Constitution and started understanding the Constitution was against the United States. It was never for the United States according to Article 6. It's against the United States, and also it's the supreme law of the land. It's the supreme law of the land. And all judges in every state is bound thereby. That's what the Article 6 of the United States Constitution says. Every judge is bound thereby by the United States Constitution in every state. So now you start to understand the messages of Noble Drew Ali. Why did they assassinate him? What was he really trying to bring us? Get some H2O. What was Noble Drew Ali really trying to bring us when he said, I need help to bring my people back to the constitutional fold of thinking? Islam to the Moors out there. I see Carlos Bay Islam. I see you Mo out there, Queenie Bay, John Watson, John Lewis Watson, Malachi Ill, Sirhan, Amir Malachi Ill, Aries Gray Islam to everybody out there, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. We ain't even got to the good part. I'm just starting to cook. I'm really still giving my honors. Y'all know them honors sometimes last about 30 minutes. But we gonna cook. I got something special for y'all today. We gonna talk about challenging jurisdiction. I'm just laying down the foundation. I'm just laying down the foundation because, see, without a foundation, you can't build. So I'm trying to build with y'all. This line, I might go live every day, but I'm gonna try to build. I'm not just trying to come in and say, hey, listen, send in this special appearance. You don't even understand what's so special about the appearance. Let's build first. Islam. Some of y'all trying to get to the remedy, but you haven't even got to the understanding, which is the treasure of Allah. You got to get the knowledge so you get the understanding. Once you got the understanding, you have the remedy. Islam. That's why the prophet brought us the everlasting gospel. It's a saving power because once you understand these lessons, you have the remedy. You get what I'm saying? Islamism. Let's break it down. Islam, Tamar Tafari, if I'm pronounced, excuse my pronunciations. Dontrell Barnes Ill, Islam Mo, Islam Pope Ill, Islam Morris. Thanks for tapping in. We gotta talk about some heavy dosage of some enforcement of this Constitution, because the Constitution is back. The Constitution is back. Okay, so it's time to understand and get our minds prepared to be in a constitutional fold of thinking. We got to get out of this slavery mental thinking we in, and we got to get into the constitutional fold of thinking. Let's break this down. Can I continue reading from the prophet? I'm reading out the Moorish literature now. This is the divine warning. I'm paraphrasing. I started from the third paragraph. Now I'm on the fourth paragraph. Islam. And I'm paraphrasing. I'm going to go down to the fifth paragraph. And I'm going to end it on this paragraph because this paragraph right here, it pretty much sums up everything you need to know. I'm going to read it. It says, the word Negro. Now, you Moors as well studied. You know it. I'm finna go with this one, right? The word Negro deludes in the Latin language to the word nigger. Islam deludes to the word nigger. The same as the word color deludes to anything that is painted, varnished, or dyed. So now the prophet gave us etymology. He gave us some etymology to work off of. He said, these words that we use, innocent, Negro, and colored, in so many different ways, we use these words, they delude to something that means something different than what you thought it means. This is called legalese. Because the prophet said the word Negro deludes to the word nigger in the Latin language. So that means that this English language has a different meaning once it's translated in Latin language. So once you translate the word Negro into the Latin language, it means nigger. And the nigger is a monkey. It's not a human. And it has relation to the European being mixed with the Albion in Mexico and the pyramid of Yakub in the Yucatan, Mexico. Okay? I'm not going to get into the politics of that, but on some of you well-studied Moors, you know what I'm talking about. But what I will speak on is the word how it deludes to something that we don't know what it means. Same, and then the prophet said the same as the word color. Now think about that. The prophet say now this word Negro means something else, but this word color means something else as well. And see, we already go to, okay, they got us on the color of skin, but I'm bringing you the civic lesson. We gonna talk about the color of law. What about the color of law? Islam? Because the prophet didn't say just the color of your skin. He said the word color. So that means anywhere you use the word color, anywhere you use the word color, it deludes to something else. And it deludes to anything that has been painted, varnished, or dyed. So if you understand what that means, anything that's painted, that means that it's covered up. That means it's not the original. It means it's not the actual authentic true what you're looking at. You're looking at something that's been covered. And that's what the word color of law deludes to. Islam. Let's go into the Black's Law Dictionary. Let's go into the dictionary. Can I screen share with y'all, Morris? Because y'all came here for some education, right? Let's screen share something right fast, Morris. Let me bring the screen share out today, Morris. You come in, hey, I'm finna bring you some real education. We come talk about challenging jurisdiction. But first, let's break down what that color of law demonstration with the prophet brought to us so we can really understand this thing now. Let's really understand this. I've been donating. You feel me? I stay donating to the nation. Wikipedia, you know what I'm saying? I donate to the nation all the time. Okay, drop a 100 if y'all can see my screen. If y'all screen sharing with the Grand Sheik right now on this Tuesday on Mars Day, drop a 100. We finna go in. Hey, I ain't even got warmed up yet. Y'all know when I get to yelling, this is finna get. That's when you know I'm finna get in it. Cause I ain't finna come and drop numbers straight facts. I ain't finna drop numbers straight facts. Carlos Bay dropped the 100. Curtis Paul Ill dropped the 100. Islam. All honors to the L's and the Bays with their wills and their ways. But I'm finna go in. Cause when we talk about color, see, we already go to complexion. See, color has nothing to do with your complexion. Color is a status. Islam, color is a status. Malachi say turd up. It's love. That's turd up. That's the magic word for me, more. Let's talk about it, Islam. Because when we say color, oh, what color is it? No, see, European didn't use the words to put us in a mental slavery, but see, we can't even identify the mental slavery because we into slavery. You know what I'm saying? When you in something, it's hard to recognize what you in. You use these words and they have different meanings, but you use them on contracts. You use them on your description when they ask you your skin color. You know what I'm saying? And you thinking it has relation to skin. Color has no relation to the word skin, is what the prophet is bringing us. Color has relation to law. Color has relation to your status. Color has no relation to your complexion. The crayon box was used as a tool to confuse us as children. Those colors are not complexions. Islam, I did a demonstration on the paint, and if you look at the complexion of Morocco in the paint, you type in the paint for Morocco, it's a copper complexion. If you type in the paint for black, it's a so the prophet was bringing us, and I don't even want to go into the 101s because he was giving us additional etymology in the 101s, but I'm just speaking on the divine warning, this paragraph that most Grand Sheiks, you not really reading Grand Sheiks. Y'all not really understanding this, Grand Sheiks. Y'all really, I'm going to keep it real today now because we're standing on love, true peace, freedom, and justice. Y'all really hiding and running from the divine warning. Y'all really, because y'all don't understand it. And I understand why you don't understand it, because it's a mental slavery that's been handed down. There's a lot of ignorance going on right now. So I'm gonna unveil the truth, Islam, because the word color has nothing to do with your complexion. Color is in relation to your status, and they have us on a color of law. So let's read what the color of law really is. I'm gonna read. Can I read this? It says in the United States Code, the term color of law describes and defines an action that is either a mere semblance of a legal right, or the pretense of right, or the appearance of right. Islam, which adjusts, which adjusts and colors the law to the circumstance. While this the apparently legal action is itself illegal. Huh. It says in the US and the UK jurisprudence, an action realized under color of law is an act realized by an official as if he or she were authorized to take the apparently legal action not authorized by statute or common law. Islam. So what it's saying right here in the United States Code, the term color law is very real. And what it means is and defines as the semblance of a legal right. Okay? So the semblance of a legal right is not the actual legal right. It says the pretense of a right. So the pretense of a right is not the actual right. You see what I'm saying? So it says an appearance of a right. So then we get to the word appearance. A word appearance is not the actual thing. It might appear to be some way. Islam, see, the prophet teach us in the Quran that falsehood and is something what it appears to be the truth. Islam, but it don't means that it's the actual truth. It's falsehood. And it also says in this paragraph, which adjusts and colors the law to the circumstance. Then it goes in and says this, by an official as if he or she were authorized to take the apparent legal action not authorized by statute or common law. So it's breaking it down and saying to you, okay, that these folks we call policy enforcers, we call these police, have you say law enforcement, whatever you want to call them, sometimes they can step out of their legal right, and sometimes they can take legal action which they not even authorized to do by the statute or the common law. Now, how would you know and have discernment of this? This is my question. Okay, how would the actual person know when this policy enforcer has stepped out his his oath of office, his constitutional boundaries? How do you know this, Islam? And the only way you can know this is that Islam, only way you can know this if you study the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. Because the Article 6 of the Constitution says it's the supreme law of the land, which is supremacy clause. Meaning, what does that mean? That means that anything that comes in contradiction of your Bill of Rights is null and void. We got case laws to prove that. We got the case laws to prove that. Islam. So it ain't no argument. It's already been settled in the highest forms of court. It's already been settled. So what you have to understand is that when you in this mental slavery, you can't have discernment between what is legal and illegal, or lawful and legal, because you've been given a perspective from the oppressor to oppress you. So he wants you to look at the color of law as the actual law, when it's not the law. It's not. It don't have no foundation in law. Islam. Let's continue reading this term color of law. I'm just not warming up, Mo. It's a little cold outside, so I'm trying to bring some heat. I'm trying to set the folks' souls on fire with love and holy zeal today, Morris. Islam, I'm trying to set somebody's soul on fire today, Mo. I want you to go back and review this video and really study what I'm saying. Really understand what I'm saying and use what I'm saying and watch you find freedom. And keep in mind, I got over 20 cases beat, Morris, and counting. So I got some judges to agree with me as well. Islam. Okay, so let's read. It says the color of law. Okay, we're going to go down to the second paragraph. It says the term color of law refers to the appearance of legality in the exercise of legal power to realize an action that violates the law. If a policeman exercised color of law authority to arrest a person without probable cause, the arrest was effected in violation of the law. Islam, let me read that again, because I don't think the ones in the back heard me more. Islam, let me read that one more time. Read it one more time, Grand Sheik. Islam, it says if the policeman, now it's not Grand Sheik saying it, we reading it right off the screen. If a policeman exercise color of law authority. What's color of law authority? Huh? How do you know when he's exercising his lawful authority or the color of law authority? Islam, we're going to read and find out. It says, if a policeman exercises color of law authority to arrest a person without probable cause, the arrest was effected in violation of the law. So now we got to know what's probable cause so we can have discernment when we know it if this brother is acting in his lawful authority or he's not. Which one is it? Because he's not going to tell us. And it had to be situations where police acting color of law before. Did you know they was acting the color of law before? No, you didn't. So that's just why you getting presented with this knowledge. Now let's read what probable cause is, because it relates to what? Lawful authority to arrest you. So it says in United States criminal law, probable cause is the legal standard by which police authorities have reason to obtain a warrant for the arrest of a suspected criminal and for a court issuing of a search warrant. Okay, so probable cause stems from the warrant. Okay, it stems from the police authorities having a reason to obtain the warrant. So let's go back, because I don't want to go too deep in that, because I want to round this up and put this in circle. So it says a policeman exercised color of authority to arrest a person without probable cause. So if he don't have what? Probable cause, then he's exercising color of law authority. See how that makes sense? And if he is doing that, the arrest was effected in violation of the law. Okay, so probable cause authority, once again, let's look at what it is once again. Probable cause is the legal standard by which police authorities have reason to obtain a warrant for the arrest of a suspected criminal and for a court issuing a search warrant. So if a police, listen, if he doesn't have probable cause, then he don't even have a reason to obtain a warrant for an arrest. So this is a process he's supposed to go through. It's called due procedure of law. So before he just come and pull you over, he had to have probable cause. That means he had to have a reason to obtain a warrant for an arrest of a suspected criminal. So he can't come out his mere suspicion. He had to have probable cause, which is a reason to have suspicion that you're a criminal, because it was based on a warrant that was issued from the court. And it says the court has to issue a search warrant. So this means that the man can't even search you, because we was talking about the arrest, but he can't even search you without the warrant. Islam, this is how probable cause works. It says one definition of the standard derives from the U.S. Supreme Court decision in the case of Beck versus Ohio in 1964. So it's not Grand Sheik saying this. This is coming straight from the U.S. Supreme Court decision. They decided all this. So if you want to argue Grand Sheik, go argue with the U.S. Supreme Court decisions. All right. They said probable cause exists when at the moment of arrest, the facts and circumstances within the knowledge of the police, in of which they had reasonably trustworthy information insufficient to warrant a prudent person in believing that a suspect had committed or was committing an offense. Islam. So what it's saying in that definition in Beck versus Ohio, let's read it again. Let's go back for the ones in the back. It says for probable cause to even exist at the time of an arrest, it already had to be facts and circumstances within the police knowledge, which was trustworthy and reasonable to him, information and sufficient enough to issue a warrant. And he believed in the warrant so much that he knew that this person was suspicious of committing a crime or had committed a crime. So this is the due process of law. Let's continue to read. It says this. Moreover, the grand jury uses the probable cause standard. Now, this is a standard. This means that you cannot go below this. That means you cannot do anything else outside of this. You have to reach this. Is like the minimum that you have to do to arrest or search someone. That's what this means. This is the minimum. This is the standard. You can't go below this. Islam, stop trying to stoop. See, when the prophet said that the word color deludes, it deludes to anything Vernon Stain or died. That means that it went below a standard. See, if you go on a color of law, then you go under the standard. And the standard is probable cause. So under color of law, they don't have to have probable cause because that's not the standard for color of law. Because you under the color of law, but actual law, real law, common law, national law, divine law stems from probable cause. Islam, it's the standard all around the world. And it says that the grand jury uses probable cause standard to determine whether or not to issue a criminal indictment. So how do you determine if an officer is operating under color of law or his legal authority? It's about probable cause. Did he have probable cause? Did he have a warrant? Did he have facts and circumstances? Because facts means somebody had to swear on a testimony. Somebody had to write an affidavit on a penalty of perjury. They had to put themselves liable to state facts that you committed a crime. Did he have those facts within his knowledge? It says that he must have those facts and circumstances. So it had to be something that happened. And facts included with that. Did the police have that within his knowledge? I don't think he did. Islam, it says the principle. I'm going to continue reading this because I'm finna start cooking now. Now we finna start cooking. It says the principle behind the probable cause standard. Now it's a principle behind, because the prophet gave us 5 principles to stand on. And that was love, truth, peace, freedom, and what? Justice. So it says the principle behind the probable cause standard is to limit the power. It's to limit the power of authorities to conduct unlawful search and seizure of a person in property. Islam, because it's got to be a limitation of the authority of the policeman. He don't have supreme authority over you, That's why the Constitution was put in place to limit the power of the authority to conduct an unlawful search and seizure of a person or your property. And it says, let me continue reading, and to promote formal forensic procedures for gathering lawful evidence for the prosecution of the arrested criminal. Okay? Man, it's getting hot in here now, Mo. I'm cooking now. If I'm cooking, hey, Mo, drop a 100 if I'm cooking, Mo. Cause I'm getting hot. I think I gotta come about. I gotta come about this jacket now, Mo. I'm getting hot. What the boy Nelly say? It's getting hot in here. Say, take off all your clothes. Hey, cause I'm setting myself on fire with love and holy zeal. So I know I'm finna set somebody soul on fire today, more. Islam, let's continue reading. Now we got supreme case laws. It's not Grand Sheik this saying here. This breaking down the foundation of the prophet when he said, enforce this constitution. Islam, let's go into the constitution and the Supreme Court interpretations. I don't want to hear nobody who ain't got more receipts than Grand Sheik. I don't want to hear your interpretation. I'm just keeping it real with you, Mo. You ain't went in no courtroom. You ain't following the instructions of the prophet. You ain't went to no government officials. You ain't talked in a no intelligent tone to those in the government and got a favorable reply, Mo. I got a favorable reply. I done had judges tell me, man, you telling the truth, Mo. You telling the truth now, Islam. So I don't want to hear your little side talk, Mo. Keep that to yourself, Mo. I'm keeping funky with you. All right. Now it says in the Supreme Court's ruling in the case of Berger versus New York in 1967. This is not Grand Sheik saying this. This is Berger versus New York 1967. The Supreme Court said that the purpose of the probable cause requirement of the Fourth Amendment is to keep the state out of constitutionality protected areas until the state has reason to believe that a specific crime is being committed or has been committed. Islam. So this is the Supreme Court saying the purpose of a probable cause requirement. So this is required. This is not an option for the police. This is their requirement. And the purpose of this requirement, which is in the Fourth Amendment, which they're saying, is to keep the state. The who? The state, not you. See, we always thought the laws was against us. The laws is to keep the state out of constitutional protected areas. Huh? Constitutional protecting areas, Mo. The Fourth Amendment is to keep the state out of constitutionally protected areas until the state has reason to believe that a specific crime is being committed or has been committed. The term of criminal law, the probable cause standard, is stipulated in the text of the Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution. And this is what it says. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, housings, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. So it's very specific. It's saying that this probable cause is a requirement. It's how they put a limitation on the power of the authorities of the policeman. This is how they keep the state out of constitutionally protected areas. This is how they stop them from infringing on your rights. It's that they have to have this standard. You know what I'm saying? Before they can arrest you, they have to do certain requirements, and it has to be some prerequisites to the situation. And some of those things was that it had to be a warrant. It had to be supported by an oath or affirmation upon probable cause. Oath or affirmation means it had to be notarized. When you oath or affirm something, you go in front of a notary, and then you know what I'm saying, you get it notarized. What we call getting notarized is it's an oath or affirmation. So that means that this has to be some type of sworn testimony, or you can make an unsworn declaration. But if you make that unsworn declaration, it has to be on a penalty of perjury. Okay? Because if somebody makes a claim against you to have you arrested and your liberty taken away, they have to have good reason. And if they don't have good reason, then they are liable for false claim against you. So that keeps you protected from just anybody just come and grab you for no reason. Think about this. Why would the Constitution or the government set up a government, you know what I'm saying, and we set up laws just for them just to do anything. It wouldn't be no constitution. It wouldn't be no point in having some type of constitution if they can just come pull you over for a traffic stop or no seatbelt, or they can make laws as they go without us agreeing to it. It wouldn't be no form of reason for them to take an oath to something or a constitution. It wouldn't be no terms such as the color of law. It wouldn't be no terms such as probable cause. It wouldn't be none of these limitations on authorities. They would just have all right. But see, they've been infringing on our rights so much. You understand me? They've been infringing on our rights so much that now we believe that they truly do have this type of authority. We truly, in our minds, we truly believe that they can do what they want. I'm from Chicago. I seen the police do what they want for real. So at the end of the day, I understand what we seeing. Like I say, what we seeing might not be the right perception, because we might be seeing things out of the lens of a slave unto mental slavery, not understand that what we looking at has been colored. Islam, what we look at has been placed a color, a veil been put over our eyes. So what we seeing, we not really seeing, we seeing an illusion. We seeing a police pull you over and say, listen, you've been going 55 and a 50. We seeing people going to jail and getting their cars searched after a traffic stop and going to jail and not coming back home. We seeing these things, but we not understanding what we seeing is the color of law. And it's time to put a stop to that by enforcing the Constitution. Let's go back to what the prophet was saying. Because this is all still tying into what the prophet was saying, Mo. I was going to bring some about subject matter jurisdiction, but the prophet led me on a mission to talk about the color of law, because he said these things delude to slavery. He said these things delude down, so it takes us down to the standard, because now we have to know what he's saying, what it deludes us from. It deludes us from the standard. The legal standard is probable cause. So anything under that is a delusion. So if it deludes you, that means you're in a delusion, more you delusional. That's what it means. If this word means it deludes you, it means that you're delusional, because you're thinking that this is the law and this is not the law. You under a delusion, Mo. That's what the prophet is telling you. This is mental slavery. You under delusion just by this word, just by these acts and these principles. This deluded you, took you down a standard. The prophet said you got to have free national standards. Islam, he said free national standards. Islam, you ain't got no free national standards. You ain't no more. How you a more and you ain't got free national standards, Mo? You deluding yourself down to color of law. Huh? You walking around here with permission slips, talking about I got a permission to have a firearm. I got a permission to drive. You got a permission slip from the oppressor. I don't want to hear about it. I'm talking about justice. I'm talking about freedom today. I'm talking about enforcement of the Constitution. I'm talking about challenging that jurisdiction, Mo. Islam, let's talk about it, Mo. Can I continue reading? I'm reading out of Moore's literature now. This is divine warning, Islam. For all the Moors is well studied, y'all know where I'm going with this. Islam, let me cook. Let me cook, more. I come to talk about it today. What the prophet say? The prophet said this. He said, and every nation must bear a national descent name of their forefathers. Every nation must do this. That's why you got the Chinese and the Asians. You see them all with their last name Lee. You see the Italians, everybody Montana. And you thinking this is some cute name they using. You don't even understand they using the scent name of their forefathers. You don't even understand what the meaning is. You see all the Arabians use Muhammad. Now we want to be Muhammad. That's not our descent name. We the L's and the Bays. We not the Hammatites. We the Moabites. But when we united our kingdoms, the Mohammedan Empire, we definitely the Moabite, Hammatite, and the Canaanites. We united our kingdoms. Islam. I'm gonna continue reading. This is what the prophet said. He said, every nation must bear a national descent name of their forefathers, because honoring thy fathers and thy mothers, your days would be lengthened upon the earth. These names have never been recognized by any true American citizens of this day. Through your free national name, you are known and recognized by all nations of the earth that are recognized by said national governments in which they live. He said, through your names, your national name, you already recognized. So all you other little governments not understanding, you trying to form a Morris government, but you trying to get recognition from the United Nations. The prophet said you are already recognized by the nations of the earth. You don't need no United Nations when you recognized by the nations of the earth behind your L and Bay. You don't need no more recognition. You need to proclaim something. It's something you have to do. At that point, Islam, he put the responsibility and accountability on us as Negro, Black, and coloreds. We got to come up out of this mental slavery. The prophet said the 14th and the 15th Amendments. Now, this is where it get deep at. The prophet said the 14th and the 15th Amendments brought the North and South in unit, placing the Southerners who were at that time without power with the constitutional body of power. Okay? So it said the prophet talking about the 14th, the 15th Amendment of the United States Constitution. That's dealing with what? 14th Amendment dealing with citizenship and due process of law. 15th Amendment dealing with what? The right to vote. The prophet said the 14th and 15th Amendment brought the North and South in unit. Why did it bring them in unit? Because they was out of unity. They was out of unity. They made the 14th, the 15th Amendment after the Civil War, did they not? After the Civil, see, most people don't know the history. Prophet giving you history. See, after the Civil War, the South was still not in unity with the North. It wasn't over. It wasn't over. That's why they invented the Ku Klux Klan. The South didn't give it up after the Civil War like that. They were not in unity with what? The Constitution. They weren't in unity with the Constitution. They were still saying we gonna act under color law. Because at the beginning of this paragraph, the prophet breaking down what the word color alludes to. Now he's breaking it down to with the 14th or 15th Amendment being the color of law that was used to bring the North and South in unity. Because they was out of unity with the Constitution. Islam. And how was they out of unity with the Constitution? Because they had state residence, which is state property. Islam. So in the United States, they had everybody under this fake citizenship called a state resident. So the federal government had to come and make a federal citizenship. They had to create the federal citizen to protect you from a state citizen. Because the state had you under color law. They had you in state property, Mo. I'm telling you with the prophet and the history behind this here. See, most of y'all don't know the history. Think about what I'm telling you right now. You got a state resident and you got a U.S. citizen. That's two citizenship. That's dual citizenship. How did that become? Because ain't none of that in the Constitution. Ain't none of that in the Constitution. You ain't supposed to be no state resident, Mo. You ain't supposed to be no state resident, Mo. State resident ain't no nationality. That ain't no nationality, Mo. How state residents national? That ain't no nationality, Mo. You talking about I'm a Illinoisan, I'm a Texan. Mo, the prophet said you a Morris American, Mo. See, under that state resident, the word res means property. Trust res is property. So under state res, you are state property. And that's why they gave you the birth certificate. The birth certificate came from the state. That's a bond that binds you to being a resident of the state. On that birth certificate, it took away your nationality. It said you was Negro on the state birth certificate. Now say I'm lying. Now say I'm lying, Mo. Now say I'm lying, Mo. Islam. So the prophet is giving you education why the 14th Amendment was even brought about. Some of y'all thinking, oh, the 14th Amendment has put us in a corporation. They had you in a corporation before that, Mo. Before the 14th Amendment, think about it. The 14th Amendment went into the 1870s. They already had you under slavery, Mo. They had you in chattel slavery before that. How did they do that? Under being a state resident, Mo. See, you forget. See, this is what the Moors forget. The state is a colony, Mo. The state is not the land. So when you say you a state resident, that disconnects you from the land. It connects you to a European colony. You have amalgamated yourself with the British crown. Now let's keep it real, Mo. Now let's keep it real, Mo. Under love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. You amalgamated with the European nation when you say you a state resident because the state is not the land, Mo. Show me a definition in a Black's Law dictionary where state means land. You can't show me that, Mo. You can't show me that because it don't exist. The state is a colony. It's a jurisdiction. And you putting yourself under a European false jurisdiction. So the 14th Amendment saved the Moors, took them out of the slavery they was in and gave them due process of law and gave them a federal protection, but put them under slavery on the same time. That's what Abraham Lincoln did with the emancipation of the proclamation. Islam, he didn't end slavery, he franchised slavery. He franchised slavery. Emancipation means to franchise it. So he took it out of the state slave. He said the state, y'all can't have no slaves without the United States having the slaves. Islam. Then he put us on the 14th Amendment. That's how they did that, Mo. So that's why the prophet had to come and say, whoa, wait a minute. You Moors got a nationality. And you got a government, Mo. You got the Moorish Science Temple of America, duly founded by the prophet in 1913 AD. It's American national government, Mo. Let's continue reading, Mo. Let's break down this history of this divine warning, because I don't hear this being taught enough. And when I be talking to the Moors, y'all concepts don't have the right foundation because you don't got the history. So let's break down the history. Islam, the prophet said this. He said the free national constitutional law that was enforced in 1774 declared all men equal and free. And if all men are declared by the free national constitution to be free and equal, since that constitution has never been changed, there is no need for the application of the 14th and 15th Amendments for the salvation of our people and citizens. Islam, the prophet said, since we have a constitution, for all free national beings, and that constitution can never be changed. So the 14th and 15th Amendment is not needed for the salvation of my people and my citizens. Islam, it's not needed. Why is not needed, more? Because we have the right to a nationality under the Constitution. Remember the other paragraph, the prophet said, if the Italians, he said, let's go back and paraphrase. The prophet said, if the Italians, Greeks, English, Chinese, Japanese, Turks, and Arabians are forced to proclaim a free national name and religion before the constitutional government of the United States of America, it is no more than right that the law should be enforced upon all other American citizens alike, Mo. So what we talking about, Mo? What we talking about? The prophet said there's no need for the 14th and 15th Amendment because all you got to do is proclaim your free national name and religion before the constitutional government of the United States of America, Mo. Islam. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Mo. So we gotta challenge this jurisdiction. If you ain't got my jurisdiction course, get the challenge jurisdiction course. You gonna be able to understand some things about court that I can't break down to you in this live in this short period of time. These are things you're gonna have to study on. I've been studying on this for over 1,000 hours of legal study hours since about 2016. I'm almost 10 years of studying this more and applying this in court. I got over 20 cases defeated by challenging jurisdiction, enforcement of the Constitution, which falls under subject matter jurisdiction, which deals with diversity jurisdiction and federal questions. Now we're going to come back. I'm going to come back and break down that in the next live. In the next live, we're going to go live again, and we're going to break down what subject matter jurisdiction really involves. But in the meantime, go get the course so you can read it for yourself. You can get the case laws. You can get the templates. You can get the templates to understand, to use how to enforce your rights. And you start to understand that it has the process that has to be followed, and it's not being followed. And if you don't understand the process, they don't have to follow the process. So the key is to know the process. So all honors to everybody that came into this live. I'm going live every day this week. We dropping the class for those that want to enforce the Constitution and challenge jurisdiction of your bills. You understand? Because see, Constitution applies to equity in law. Subject matter jurisdiction deals with Article 1, Section 10 when it says all payment of debts can only be in silver and gold coins. Do you know how to use that for your bills and these debts that they claiming against you? I got a class for $22 on Saturday. Only $22, the master number, $22. $22 on Eventbrite, Zoom class, this Saturday, 11 a.m. Tap in with the Grand Sheik. You finna learn how to enforce the Constitution, not just in court, but on contracts, because all contracts is law. All law is contract. The Constitution is a contract that was signed by 13 colonies. You understand me? Everything is contract. Article 1, Section 10 of the United States Constitution says no state can impair the obligation of a contract, because contracts are the supreme law. Islam, that's why we have covenants to Allah. That's a contract to Allah, and we have covenants with each other, and we have contracts and treaties. When you proclaim nationality, you fall under a contract that protects you and secures certain rights. When you proclaim nationality, you come under that treaty and that constitution, which is supreme law of the land. When you proclaim your religion, you come under that divine law. That's the maxims and principles of all law. Allah means all law in Arabic. Islam. So with that, I'm going to close out with a short prayer with all the Moors. If y'all want to pray with me, we're going to put a blessing on the lesson. Because the prophet said we end every meeting according to the circle 7 in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Islam. So with that being said, you can rise or you can stay seated. Spread your wings, heels touching at a 90-degree angle, feet touching, and raise your wings. Spread your wings 5 to the left and 2 to the right, and repeat after me, the Moorish American prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my nation, by night and by through his holy prophet. Amen. It's on, Morris. I see y'all.